What's going on, y'all? It's Greg. Greg said it. Oh, y'all won. Got real busy last night for the inspiration motivation. So, why not do it today? Y'all was putting together a new bed and moving stuff around, the bed frame. Man, I stayed up after 2 o'clock trying to fix on that. And I got it done. Got a little fatigued today, but got it done, so I had to get that done. Priorities, right? But we had a good live yesterday. We had people come through a little after regular time, right around about 2:30. Sunday live. Always go. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Check that out. Where we talked about, can they really stop Shedeur? And kind of went and broke it down. Just be real honest about what situation he's in. And I think in the conclusion of it all, yeah, they could. I mean, he don't own nothing. It's not his team. It's not his organization. When you talk about the NFL. And we already seen what they can do, especially if you get enough people come together on something to stop you. They can stop you to an extent. But one thing that people see and you can't underestimate is the value that he brings, to the point where even people want to get rid of you and play with you, they still need you. And I did a video about why the NFL needs Shedeur. And he's developed the following. He's developed people who are going to support him. And you're going to turn those people off if you try to play over them. It might have a backlash you're not prepared for. Because when you have a popular person like that who has a loyal following, it's hard to play over them. That's what value is. I think in a sense, that's why the NFL would be more intimidated by somebody like him, because he don't need them. Because when they feel that they can make and break you, they can control you a little different. They can handle you a little different. But when you kind of look at them like, man, I don't really need you like that. She was like, I want you, but I don't need you. I mean, you need them. You're going to play football in NFL. But from a branding and money standpoint, it's a lot of things he can do. Now, some other people can line up against him. It depends on how much agreement they are with the NFL if the NFL was to take that route. But he has a lot of other doors and opportunities because, again, he got people following him, brands be willing to partner with him. And that's why he has the NILs and things like that. Because the next generation really follow him. To see where he go, he's a celebrity of this new generation. They recognize him more than anybody. He is the face of this generation. So he is a generational talent. Him and Travis Hunter. A lot of these other guys are good, but only certain people who follow those guys know them. There's plenty of people who don't really follow Colorado or don't even do football know who the Sanders are. They know Deion is. They know who Shedeur is. They've done a good job of branding. That's what people say, especially about this recent video when he was working out. Like, oh, look at the angles. Look at this. You have to think about it. They've been doing this for a long time. They've been having cameras. They got the right people know how to edit. They got the right, creativity to put something together. They can do it. They know exactly what to do. And they know exactly where to put it. And they know exactly how people are going to respond. Because you're getting what people want. And there's a lot of people who knew, especially with the Browns and the media, that's kind of new to follow him. Like, oh, wow, this is so nice. This is what they've been doing. This is well off. This is how well off took off. No, not exceptional, really, content from a standpoint of professional editing, or professional equipment in the beginning, but just raw, consistent footage for the people who support you. And that's what they've done. So they know how to do that very well. And they built a brand very well where it's hard to deny them. You will almost be a fool at some point to deny them because of the value they bring. Especially in this genre, in this sports world, they got it down. It's entertainment world, they got it down. That's why I said they should expand to the other components. It must be some real doors there, or they just don't have the vision. But it's like, just go ahead and take the whole thing. It would be hard for them to block you out of it because you have so much leverage. You cut me over here, I'm over there, and I'm over there, and I'm over there. It's going to be hard for you to deal with me. You're going to have to, at some point, have an agreement. But you're going to have to treat me like what Coach Prime really thought from the beginning. He thought he had a seat at the table. He thought that he had invested enough in the NFL personally and for others that he thought that he had a voice at the table. He knew the people very well. He know many of the owners. He know the commissioner. And he thought he had a friend. And these people straight up let him know, Man, you don't run nothing. Well, we he ha ha with you, it was fake. Because we don't respect you as a friend as you thought we did. We just, tolerated you and we dealt with you because you was one of ours. It's almost like an ownership thing versus a partnership. They didn't see him as a partner. I think he started seeing himself as a partner. I'm 60-something years old. I done done this thing. I done built this thing up. I'm a legend. I'm a stapler in this field, this industry. I think that you respect me because you look like you respect me until you didn't really allow me to say much. And once these people shut that down, we know what's really going on. We know that at this point, you got to build a little more leverage and a little more power, especially for the future of Colorado. Well, that's a whole nother conversation. Are they going to draft them? Are they going to draft them where they should? Are you going to keep playing this game? You got to get ahead of them. You got to play chess, not checkers. But I think at the end of the day, one thing they do have is a brand. See, we all got to build a brand. On your job, anybody can just fire you and get rid of you unless you really bring value. And if they do, it don't matter because you take your value with you. And they better hope that you don't go and compete with them, especially in the same space. That's where you get all these non-competes and stuff like that. Because technically, you didn't help me build my brand. I built my brand. See, again, NFL want to build Shedeur brand like every other player, and they use their media and use their influence and say, I owe it all to the NFL. They gave me opportunity. Shedeur come in, I already got millions of followers and endorsements. NFL ain't getting none of this credit. They get none of this credit for what's going on in my life right now. And that person there, man, again, he's not as trustworthy as somebody who feel like, I owe everything to the NFL. And that's all because of branding. And if we all can take a page out of that handbook, like what it would take for us to be able to be undeniable, people treat us with respect, give us a seat at the table. And that's what really happens at every field. When people start getting a certain spot, people treat them a little different. Now, the NFL is different because that's a table amongst billionaires, not other millionaires. But if he builds enough of a following that has enough credibility and influence in their market and across different markets, and it's leveraged correctly, it's going to be a decision have to be made. Do we continue to play over this guy and try to make him kiss the ring? Or do we just go ahead and say, all right, you got it. I mean, we ain't going to deal with you too tough, but, we ain't going to go too far. That would be ideal for him. You don't want to play this tit for tat power struggle with these guys because at the end of the day, they got the pen. They write the checks. But I will say, if anybody can finagle through the situation, I ain't saying nothing about talent. Talent's there. They overrode the talent with their authority and their influence. It's going to take authority and influence to rival their authority and influence. He just got to make sure he's talent on the field. But they already showed we don't care nothing about that. It's about what we can put. They even try to put out lies about him. They even try to put out stuff about his character, and people rose up like, oh, no, that ain't him. That will work for anybody else who don't have a support system. That will work for anybody else who don't have a platform, especially a platform that's existed for years now, showing the character. I don't have to hear you. I had a conversation with somebody the other day about how do you need another NFL team to tell you about somebody you know personally. You don't went to all the practices. You don't have people there multiple times in and out of Boulder at games, private workouts, pro day. You don't have all these things. You don't need nobody else's opinion unless you all in on it. Let's be real. You in on it. You ain't say, oh, well, he said that's how I fell off. You had your own personal interaction with this boy. Too many of you. You all decided. That's what happened. You got to build yourself up in a way. Well, people only can go so far. I'm inspired by that. Build yourself in a way where people only can say so much about you. And then what? They only can do so much. because you built your solid reputation. You built your name. When not only people support you, when people can't say nothing crazy about you, they're like, hold up, we got proof. That's going to take him a long way in this situation if he's going to be able to overcome it. Because again, these people have the ability to play over. They have ability to stop them. They've stopped them this far. It's just a matter of how long. And we're going to be on for this journey. I told you it's going to have to be a journey. I told you we're going to have to do this. This is Greg. Greg said it. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. And I'll be talking to y'all soon.